You mind if I record or? That's good.
How you feeling, nigga?
Good, right here. Another Monday.
Who that on your
Huh?
Who's that?
Oh, it's the Justin Bieber. He gave me the sticker.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Hey, come on. The help I know. The help I know. Beautiful morning, you're the sun of my morning day. Now that I want it, who can I turn to?
Thank you.
Lord, the help I know. Bro, good morning.
How you feeling?
Feeling good.
Oh, there you go. Hey.
What's good? What's
What
good?
up, man? How's it going?
I'm alright. What's going on?
Did we get that complex kind of footage from Sam? Can we call him?
Which one called it? Stan. I hit him up. He was saying something about he kept the footage to game for the race. I told you he was live to yeah. That's what it is.
Lord, the help I know. Lord, the help I know. Beautiful morning, you're the sun of my morning day. When I want it, I wanna wake up with you in my beautiful morning. Who can I turn to? No other help I know, no other help I know. I wanna wake up with you in my beautiful morning. Who can I turn to? No other help I know, no other help I know, no other help I know. Father, thank you for bringing us together this morning. Thank you for starting this week off. Thank you for waking up. Thank you for the oxygen. Thank you for the food. Thank you for the clothing. Thank you for the shelter. And thank you for sending your son to die for us. The truth, the way, and the light. There is no other help that we know. Yahshua, Christ, in your son's name, amen. So what we're doing is working on training, working, developing, going from cotton to developing the cotton to developing the clothes. We do a lot of research with military clothing, with Yeezy, Helmet Lang, Ralph Lauren. As you can see, Balenciaga. We really like to cut the Balenciaga pieces, and that's the reason why we work with them a lot. And then applying it to just be, a uniform. Like this is a uniform you're wearing. It looks super fresh with the grays and everything, and the white sneakers and everything. That's just like a hood basic right there. And say like this jacket that I'm wearing right now, I took like a lot of ideas and we mixed it together. It's almost like the Pixar jackets, like taking a rip stop. Because usually if you get a bomber, they do it in this nylon, but we're using biodegradable fabric, so everything had to be this dry fabric, so it doesn't create landfills, it just goes back into the earth. And then we just kept working on the cut over and over, and then just put the hoodie with it. You never know when you might want to just throw your,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You see this coat, nigga? You know what I'm saying? So what we have planned for the week is we have a meeting with civil engineers this week and theologists for the new Donda curriculum. Donda is now the Donda Theology Engineering University. We need people who have vocational training skill sets. This is the way we bring our country back into power. We have to train our children to be able to bring physical things we need in America, right here. You know, we're not gonna talk about what we're not gonna do. We're only gonna focus on what we're gonna do, on what we're gonna do right here in America. The reason why I'm announcing that I'm running for president is I want the FCC to look at my money. If the FCC was looking at my money, there had been a possibility that Adidas wouldn't have went into JP Morgan and froze my account and put a $75 million hold on 4 different accounts. I went from being a multi-billionaire to not being able to use my Apple Pay. 4 nights ago, I couldn't use my Apple Pay because somehow Adidas was able to legally go in and freeze my money. And when I see this, I think, well, if this could happen to me, this could happen to other Americans. And for what? You know, this can happen to an American that didn't even steal anything, that didn't even hurt anyone. This could just happen to you for saying the wrong idea out loud, for expressing yourself, for expressing frustration. How many of you guys have been at a job and you were frustrated with a manager or a situation and you didn't want to say anything because you didn't want to go back to your dad? You might be taking care of your dad. You know what I'm saying? He might be elderly. And this person at your job can treat you a certain way because you're not going to lose that position because you know you got to take care of your dad. So you deal with a lot of things. You know, you saw what Adidas is trying to do. They showed you the reason why I put in the termination notice to Adidas originally a couple months back is they were trying to steal my company from me and steal my designs. They hired my lawyer. They paid the lawyer, Equan Rowe. They paid this lawyer to sign off my IP, North St. Chicago Psalms IP, to Adidas. This is a major company doing this to a major person in front of everyone. So what happens behind closed doors? If that can happen to Ye, what can happen to you? To your grandparents, to your parents, to your children, to your cousin, your nieces, your nephews. This is the reason why Jesus has to sit at the throne. And in this Christian company, this Christian country, that's a Freudian slip because we are the youngest startup in history. You know, America, this is a Christian country that has to be ran with strong Christian values. Not this cafeteria, pick and choose what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's take the topic of life. Yes, I'm about life. I'm about life. Because what's the opposite of life? Does anyone know what the opposite of life is?
Death.
Death. I am very much about life. I am not about death. It's promised, but that's in God's hands. But we need opportunities. We need to be able to give choices because people are afraid to bring people into this world. We feel like we don't have the resources to be able to bring children into this world nowadays. But there's more than enough resources for people to be happy in this world. And as Americans, we have to show. We had a vision of the future in the 60s. And all these inventors were pushing this vision. And somehow we started to just go into a loop. With this vision, we can create platforms that make people feel like it's okay to bring a child into this world. So as the future head of state, this is my perspective on life. Give opportunities for more life. Like my man Drake says, more life. Give opportunities for more life. This is the thing. You can't get so much on taking away opportunities until you give other opportunities. And me, I realize that. I am a strong Christian leader and father. an inventor and a visionary. And I realized you can't tell someone, don't eat this food that's killing you, without giving them another plate of food. We've got to show them that it's something better. When they see me in Complex Con yesterday and saw the cut of this jacket, you knew at that point it was something better. And it takes all of this study. But we do that same kind of study with food. We do that same type of study with shelter. We do that same type of study with education and curriculum, because I am the son of Raymond West and Dr. Donda West. I am the offspring. I'm 45 years old, and it's time to step into the role to my bloodline, these educators. Ask anybody that had my mom as a teacher, how much she inspired them, how much they loved her. That very love is what we have to give. People of all walks of life come up to me. They come to me at the hotel, they come to me in the streets, and sometimes they're hurt by ideas, things that I've said that people won't say out loud, and I just give them a hug. And then they start to say to me, hey, the very things that you said and what you're talking about is actually being proven by the way you're being treated. And, you know, I just want to give, I know a lot of people are going through a lot of hardships, but I especially want to talk to all of my family at Adidas. For so many years, we've put together incredible work and incredible designs to change the game. You know, when we did the foam runner, people from Mercedes-Benz called us and said, this is the design of the year. We are a leading design organization. When we designed the McDonald's box and got Nato Fukasawa, the lead designer of Muji, to design this box, I know that Johnny Ives and Mark Newsom saw that, the Apple designers. I know that you guys in the design world see what we're doing. So at Adidas, what you're doing with the price points, with the Demna collaboration and Balenciaga collaboration, it's not right. It's $1,000. It's $2,000. You have Demna in a golden cage. Everyone knows, and every designer knows, other than Ray Kawakubo. But unless you Ray Kawakubo, you know that Demna's our Ray. Ye is a Ray also, but Demna's our Ray. Ray Kawakubo is the creator of Comme des Garçons. Unless you Ray Kawakubo, everyone knows that Demna is the Ray Kawakubo of our generation. And at Adidas, to take what he's doing and put it inside of a $2,000 box, so it's only for the rich people, that mentality is played out. It's a dinosaur mentality, and it's only a matter of time till we get hit with an iceberg. We have to raise our consciousness. And how do we have people scamming, selling dope, selling messages of death in order to buy a jacket for $5,000, $6,000 and take all the celebrities and we push that? I'm not pointing fingers because I was doing the same thing until God brought me down to a place where I can really serve him. Because if I'm sitting on any kind of high throne that he didn't give, then I'm not in full service to him. All of the things that got taken away from me, I'm so thankful for that because I get to serve God better. So going into Thanksgiving, I know the people at Adidas are not gonna have the best Thanksgiving. I know that they're not gonna have the best Christmas. But if any way I could indemnify what they've done, even though they took that IP, they hired lawyers to sign it over. I promise everyone out there, those designs, they still good by me. Those designs still good by me. I know y'all saying, we not gonna buy them unless Jay got them. If y'all want those designs, they still good by me. I promise you, I can guarantee you one thing. On Thanksgiving and on Christmas, North, Saint, Chicago, Psalm, they gonna all have a good meal. And that's what we do it for, our families. So I'm telling you, this Christmas, this Thanksgiving, whatever Adidas wants to drop, and you know that that was a design that we put in, those are good by me. And hopefully this can like heal, this can heal some of the bleeding. Also, I know another thing is, for everyone in contracts, I know that this will never happen again in history. There will never be a situation where people end a multi-billion-dollar deal off of a tweet. Gotcha. Gotcha. So I would like to thank everyone that was involved with this negotiation. Thank God no one was hurt in the process. And I feel free.